So, on the heels of Summit 7-3, I wanted to follow up with you guys and just, I don't know, I guess talk about the event a little bit and then talk about a few things that happened after I spoke on Friday. So, um, let's talk about the event. I drove, which, I hate flying, but I drove. I brought my 6-7. I know y'all tried to give me a hard time about it, but you cannot give me a hard time about Raihn. Raihn was meant to be my truck, and a few of you got the story about Raihn, or at least the cliff notes about him. But anyways, so I was really excited. It's the first time I've done like a really long trip with Raihn. First time I've taken him out of the state of Texas. So I'm really proud of Raihn. Like, we still have a bunch of work to do to get Raihn where I want him, but so I was really psyched about that. Um, and I got several compliments on the truck too, especially after it got a bath and didn't look like it'd been driven in a snowstorm. And I really, like, touched my heart, right? Because I am a 7-3 person, but Raihn was my first 6-7, and I held off buying one because I knew I would love them, and here we are. But so had a long road trip, stopped, installed a Hydra on the way down, so was really excited about that, and he's loving it, and then the event. Let's talk about Summit 7-3. It was great. Like, um, and here I'm using fillers because I didn't write a speech for this. I'm trying to be off the cuff and genuine with y'all. The event was great. There was a ton of great lessons. I'm still kind of reeling. I took a bunch of notes, especially on Thursday, and then Friday I was gassed out after I got on stage. The emotional energy involved, and it takes a lot out of you. And also too, like, there's a lot of people, and so there's like your brain is just going crazy trying to keep up with names and faces and touch base with people you knew and try to meet new people, and it's a lot, and I know it's a lot for y'all too. So I'm sorry for everybody that I didn't get to talk to. The goal is to meet as many people as possible and make connections, but sometimes that's not possible. And I know too, it's hard for y'all to get out of your cliques. I have the same problem. I mean, I went and sat with my friends, right? And I think that's okay. Like, we should sit with our friends. We don't get to see them all the time, but at the same time, we still need to make connections outside the group, right? So that's, I can't say anything more great about the event. Friday, I didn't take as many notes. A lot of y'all know I was hitting the allergy pills pretty hard to be able to get up there to speak Friday morning. So after that, I I was kind of out of it for the rest of the day. But I do remember talking to y'all. I got names, I got numbers. Some of y'all got my contact info, and I didn't get yours. Please reach out to me. I want to talk to you. I'm working. That's an interpersonal skill that I'm not very good at, is maintaining connections. And I think a lot of us have that. We have a lot on our plates, and it's, especially if you're an independent or you're a business owner, we have a lot on our plates, and it's hard to maintain those relationships between these events that maybe we see each other once a year or 2 years, right? So I just want to encourage y'all to do that. Maybe it's not with me, maybe it's with other people. Try to keep those connections. Um, I know the Diesel Alliance group doesn't get a lot of traction. I'm guilty for not replying and posting on there over the last 2 years. So I'm going to encourage y'all, turn notifications on your phone for the app. Put the app on your phone, turn the notifications on. It's a resource that the Power Hungry team has put together for us. We should be utilizing it, and we're not. So definitely do that. I know Vinny's got a great like lesson in there about marketing. Google Business, I think. Definitely go check that out. I've looked at it briefly. I didn't know it was there because I didn't keep up with the notifications. Sorry, Vinny. All that effort for nothing. I think that's worth looking at. I'm working on a Master's of Science in Social Media Marketing, so it's actually like something I've been studying. So definitely utilize that resource. Google Business is highly underutilized. Um, Yeah, so I mean, it's been a few days. I got home yesterday, or day before yesterday. I don't even know what day it is. I'm exhausted. I'm trying to play catch up. So, anyways, I know a lot of y'all got right back home just like me, and you're trying to, get your traction back on where you should have been, the stuff that didn't get done when you're gone. I know it feels like a lot, but it is worth it. I know that the things that we got were worth it. Don't let those things sit in your little red wagon and not get used, right? Um, so on that note, I have a couple of challenges for y'all. Um, a lot of us are very small. I know I am because I'm 2 years into going independent. So um, I don't necessarily expect the bigger companies to do this, but a lot of us that are very small, we don't have a big following. 250 followers on Facebook specifically and Instagram and TikTok. Like it depends on what you are. That's a big thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share this to the Facebook group, not just the Diesel Alliance. And I am challenging you to post your info on here and list what platforms you're on. And then let's do a like for like. That happened during COVID for a bunch of accounts on TikTok, and it worked really, really well. Not in industry, but like just in general. So I challenge y'all. It's not going to make you any money as far as like, Facebook or Meta paying you or whatever, but it will help get your business out there. Let's support each other like that. I will make a commitment to like and follow your business account with my personal accounts and my parts store and my diesel shop. So I'm challenging y'all to do that for each other, not just for me. Um, and to help kind of drum traffic up, it's really good for our accounts. It'll help get the numbers up. Even if you're over that 250, please participate so that we can help boost each other and support each other. Um, Something else I want to say, I know I touched a nerve, maybe several nerves when I was on stage, and I'm not saying I didn't do it on purpose. I just didn't expect the response that I got. I am I'm going to apologize to a lot of you. I did not get to spend the time with a lot of you that you probably no that you did deserve, right? I got spread a little thin unexpectedly. I really did not expect that response. I am very, very glad that I had an impact on everyone that I had an impact on. I hope that it benefits you. If I can be of any help, um, please reach out to me. I had requests for my slides. I've sent those out to those who asked me. If you want my slides and my notes, it's um my slides are not super informative. I do have notes in them, but it's mostly like my talking points. So, and you can see where I diverged a little bit because I was reading the crowd. So, if you want those or you want a follow up, you want some brainstorming, if I need to develop maybe something a little more in depth, please let me know. Give me feedback. I'm happy to share. Um, I want to leave something with y'all. We kind of touched on this in a couple of private conversations afterwards. I know I touched on mental health. That wasn't my intent with the topic, but it is important to our industry. I have a quote for y'all. I read a lot of books, so I have a quote for y'all from the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. And the quote is life before death, strength before weakness, and journey before destination. And that touched me when I read that book. I was in a really bad place with the job I was in and the situation I was in. I was trying to get an engine in my silver truck in Raihn, and that's actually life before death is actually written on his frame. I meant for it to be covered up with the fender liner, but I miss misjudged that. And so if you pay any attention to Raihn, it is permanently marked on his frame, life before death. This is a very important thing. I think we need to hang on to that. So maybe that quote doesn't speak to you, but it spoke to me. I know it spoke to some people that I've had the honor of talking with them when they were in a bad spot. So if that moves you at all, I don't know, write it down, right? Sometimes we find great things in books. Last but not least, I was asked about potentially putting together some online training for speaking. I think there are a great many of you who have knowledge and experience that we need. Like, we need you to share, but you don't have the background or the experience in putting together a presentation or getting up and speaking to a crowd. And that can be very, very intimidating. And I understand that. None of you are going to believe me when I say this, but when I was in high school, right before I dropped out, I took a drama class, and that's another conversation. Some of you maybe have heard that story. But one of the things was, projecting your voice, right? So I'm loud, and I project my voice. I'm doing it right now, so I'm a little loud for a mic sometimes. But there's a lot there to be said for those lessons. And then also, I've had a lot of training in pedagogy and rhetoric and speaking, and so it's actually an art form. And I think that if some of y'all had a little bit of a toolbox to draw from, right? Haha, we're mechanics. Toolbox to draw from. I'm not funny, by the way. I know I'm not funny. But if you had a toolbox of how to get up there and how to present your information, maybe you would be more willing to do that, and you wouldn't feel like an imposter doing it, because imposter syndrome's a thing. And I see you. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, I was standing there waiting to get on stage, going, I'm not qualified to get up in front of these people, but I had to tell myself I am qualified to get up in front of these people. I've been doing it, right? So don't feel like, if you got something that's worth sharing, don't feel like you're not capable of it, and don't feel like you're not qualified, right? Your experience is how others learn. So I would some feedback on what y'all need, because I'm going to start working on a curriculum for that and try to get that put together. And if you know, Diesel Alliance allowing, I would like to post it in the group, kind of like Vinny has done his. So I've got some work to do. It'll take me a little while. I am working on a thesis right now, and just started a second class that's going on at the same time. So I got a lot on my plate, just like all of y'all do. And but if that is something that y'all want, I would like some feedback on that. But challenge feedback, I'm gonna start that in the comments. And please, 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 even if nothing else I've said in this video does anything for you, please take the time to share and support your peers in the industry on social media. This is a major, major factor in our businesses. I think most of y'all know that. But sometimes it's hard to get traction. So let's help each other get traction and maintain traction. Like I said, I'm going to commit to like and follow on all platforms that I have. I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I am probably need to and YouTube. I have YouTube. So I probably need to expand my following or expand my social media, but I only have so much energy for that. So that's my challenge. I have gone a whole 2 minutes over what my plan was for this video. So thanks for being at Summit 7-3. Thanks for the great time. Thanks for the great conversations. I wish that I had gotten to spend more time with all of you. And let's connect between now and then. Even if I didn't get to meet you in person, if we didn't get to talk, maybe we passed each other. Please do not hesitate to reach out, and let's make those connections, because this is how we make the industry better. And I think that's the goal with the Diesel Alliance, and I want to support that because I have a passion for it. So